Hello, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. It's time for Taroscopes again. We're going to be doing the Taroscopes for the sign of Leo. That's Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising for the month of March 2024. 2025. Sorry, we're not doing that again. 2025. Speaking of 2025, before we get into everything, let me welcome my new subscribers. Thank you for joining this wonderful community of like-minded souls. I think you're really going to enjoy yourself here. To my tried and true who have been with me for years, thank you for your support over all these years. We've walked quite the circuitous path together, have we not? And for my new members to my membership program on YouTube, thank you for supporting me. Um, I'm a little bit new to the whole membership thing, so with your patience, more information, more exclusive members perks will be coming, and some videos just for you. So we're setting up a live too, so that should be fun. All right, so about 2025, let's talk about 2025. Well, we're in March, and March is the third month of the year. And so we look at this card. We look at the Empress. Now, the Empress on the Tree of Life sits on the path here, this green path, between Hokmah, the divine masculine, and Vina, the divine feminine. This is a card of manifestation and abundance, but it's also the path of creative visualization. So the ability to creatively visualize the life that you want to live is very powerful this month. And so let's utilize that energy. We're in a 2025 is a 9 vibration universal year. And so every month we'll be pulling this card up, talking about it. The Hermit is a card of wisdom. It's a card of healing. It's the 9 vibration, which is about separating the wheat from the chaff. So there's discrimination and discernment in this card. And so we're going to have to practice a whole lot of discrimination and discernment this year. We will also be required to shine our light, because many people will feel like they're in the dark. And it's time when the night is darkest is when our lights shine the brightest. And so that is required of all of us. If you take these 2 vibrations together and you add them, we get the specific vibration for March 2025, which is the Hanged Man. This card is associated with the planet Neptune, and Neptune is very active this month. In fact, Neptune at the end of the month steps into Aries. It hasn't been there in 151 years, so woo! That should be interesting. A lot can happen after 151 years. And so Neptune is prominent. This card says that we must stay connected to cosmic consciousness, that there are things that we cannot affect and things that we can. And really, this is about finding ways to look at things in a different perspective, respond to things in a different way because you're looking at things in a different way. There isn't much we can do as like active participation, but the utilization of our mind, our intuition, our creative visualization is especially powerful at this time. So we will do that. And, Leo is a creative energy. So create the world you want to see, even if at first we have to do it in our mind's eye before we can actually put our hands to it. Putting our hands to it is more of a 4 vibration, which will come in next month. So this month, we are looking at things from a different perspective. All right, let's jump into the astrology, shall we? Okay, okie dokie, Miss Skokie. All right, let me find my Leo here. Leo, 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 Leo. And I'll make this a little bit bigger. It's a little easier, less distractions. Okay, here we go. All right, great. So Leo, fixed fire, I will. Ruler of the sun, of course, right? So as we start the month, Venus goes retrograde. First day, Venus goes retrograde. Venus is in Aries to start the month, goes retrograde, and then by the middle of, let's see, Venus re-enters Pisces. After the equinox, Venus re-enters Pisces. Um, it's Venus is exalted in Pisces, although she will be retrograde. So um, it's as if Venus is ready for battle, but she still has to do some work in the great beyond, so to speak, before she can come back um, and move forward. So Venus starts in Aries and then ends the month in Pisces as it moves retrograde. Mercury, on the other hand, starts the month in Pisces, moves into Aries, and then halfway through goes retrograde. So yes, we're going to have a we're going to have a Mercury retrograde in Aries and Pisces. It's going to go all the way back into Pisces. The interesting thing about Mercury is it makes a conjunction at the beginning of the month as it moves forward through Pisces, then moves into Aries because Neptune did I say Neptune? Sorry, Mercury conjoins Neptune at 30 degrees of Pisces. I might have actually said that. Sometimes I talk too fast. I don't realize what I actually said. So sorry about that. Um, Mercury conjoins Neptune. It's moving forward. It conjoins Neptune at 30 of Pisces, and then it moves into Aries. Um, and then it goes retrograde around the 15th, and then by the end of the month, it retrogrades back into Pisces, conjoins Neptune again, and then Neptune goes into Aries. So it's almost like Neptune is getting some deets from Mercury in Pisces before it moves into Aries. We have a full moon in the sign of Virgo, and which means the full moon is going to be in your second house. The sun is going to be in your eighth house. The sun just coming off a conjunction to Saturn. Sun Saturn conjunctions are reality checks. Oppositions are awareness. And the full moon is a lunar eclipse, so we can expect change. Change, change, change. The full moon is usually an expression something is being let go. And it's the new moon where we're starting something new. The new moon is going to be in Aries, is at the end of the month. I believe it's the 28th or the 29th. It's at 9 degrees of Aries. It is a solar eclipse. And so sometimes when there's an eclipse of the sun, especially for a Leo, we can feel maybe invisible. It can also mean the changing over of a leader, changing over of a leader. If you notice, the majority of the energy this month is around the Pisces Aries axis. That is true. It's a very active cusp this year. We're in a 9 year, so it is about endings and beginnings. And the cusp between Pisces and Aries is about endings and beginnings, right? And so we have endings, beginnings, and then endings again, because everything that moves into Aries, well, Neptune that moves into Aries this year, and Saturn eventually will move into Aries for a little bit this year. They both go back into Pisces to finish things up before they go forward again and go into Aries. And for Saturn, Saturn will spend 2.5 years in Aries, and Neptune will spend 14 years in Aries. So Uranus is still in Taurus, moving forward now in your 10th house. Uranus is also going to be moving out of Taurus this year. That's later in the year. It's going to dip into Gemini for a bit and then move back into Taurus. So there's a lot of this sort of back and forth, like, oh, let's jump ahead. And then it's like, well, wait a minute, I'm not quite done. It kind of reminds me of the Pluto energy that kept like dipping its toe into Aquarius and then it would jump back into Capricorn. It's like we could only go so far and then it would jump back into Capricorn, then back into to Aquarius. And then finally, after the election on the 19th of November, it finally moved into Aquarius where it's going to stay. So you're going to get tired of seeing this in this house. Well, not really. This is about transformation of your relationships and how you relate to others. So if you relate to others in a healthy way, perhaps it'll get healthier. If you're in an unhealthy way, Perhaps you'll get healthier. Um, Having Pluto in the seventh house like that, Pluto is always about control, and seventh house is relationships. And I know from my own experience, the only relationship you can control is the relationship you have with yourself. So trying to, do that to other people is usually fruitless. Mars is now direct, moving through Cancer. Still not happy moving through Cancer, not happy moving through your 12th house. It's been in your 12th house for a long time now. Dipped into your first house, then went back into your 12th house when it went back into Cancer during its retrograde cycle on January 6th. February 23rd, it turned around. So it just turned around. Now it's moving forward. It's not going to get back into your Leo, I think, until the end of April or the beginning of May. I can't remember. So we still have some time with Mars in Cancer. This 12th house can be our undoing. So you just need to watch you're not shooting yourself in the foot through this period. Jupiter is direct now, moving through your 11th house. It is going to go into Cancer later this year. That's another planet that changes signs. In fact, the only planet that's really staying in its sign this year is Pluto, which is the planet of transformation and change. So when the planet of change is the only one that's not changing, it's still changing, and so is everything else. So everything is changing. Everything is changing. And we have the eclipse. It's eclipse season. So all you can say about the eclipse season is expect the unexpected. Unexpected. We're going to have some reality checks for sure when the sun conjoins Saturn, but there is a lot of dissolution happening at this time and emergence of consciousness that's not quite ready to completely move forward. It's almost like let's try this consciousness on for a while. It's like, well, yeah, that kind of worked, that didn't work, let's go back. So there's this energy of sort of back and forth at this time. And any time we're dealing with all this Pisces energy and we're dealing with the world a world point Aries, we can expect some turmoil. Some turmoil. All right, let's see. Sun ingresses into Aries on the equinox. Of course, you are sun ruled sign, and so anytime the sun, something big's happening to the sun, it's happening to you. You probably will feel a little less sunny when the sun conjoins Saturn and Pisces, but all the same, the sun's always there. Sometimes, it's like the summer. Sometimes the sun is there and it's really hot, and sometimes the sun is there and it's really cool, and sometimes occasionally the clouds of emotions overcome the sun. We know it's there, we just can't see it, right? Okay. All right, let's see. Anything else I want to say about that? No, I think that's pretty good. Eclipse season is always big. It is a North Node eclipse season, so we are being asked to move into the unknown future, the unknown future. And that can be very fear-inspiring. So expect that people are going to be frightened. You don't have to be one of them. Um, uh, Leo is pretty sunny. Leo's pretty positive. Um, they have a lot of strength and fortitude, right? We have a lot of strength and fortitude, so we'll be okay. We'll be okay. It's just we've asked ourselves to do a difficult thing, and we will do it. All right, that's what I see in the stars. All right, let's do a card reading. I meant to grab the cards. I forgot them over here. Hold on, let me grab them. One of the cards I like to use for Leo. There's a lot of royal, a lot of beautiful art in this one. This is the Arcanum deck. Is that it? Is that everything? Yes. Okay, very good. All right. Let's see what's up for Leo this month. Leo in March. Leo in March. All right, just one more shuffly duffly here. All right. That feels good. Let's see what we have. We start with the Three of Pentacles. This indicates that you'll be working with others who are very good at what they do to create something special. To create something special. What's the challenge to that? Who's going to be the boss? Leadership. There's a bit of a challenge in leadership. Sometimes when people are all good at what they do and they're used to being leaders in their own right, sometimes it can create some tension in these situations. But as long as you're concentrating on the things that you're best at, you should be fine. In the bottom in the bottom at the root of the issue is abundance, the Empress. So you are feeling more abundant. You're doing this out of a hope to create more abundance in your life. In the past, you've been a little bit hiding out, necessary. This is necessary time to calm the mind. Um, Meditation, and maybe you've cut down your workload a little bit just so you can have some time to live your life instead of always working. In the sky, we have the Lover's card. This is choices around relationships. So people will want to join up with you. They will want to relate to you. You're very attractive to people this month. And in the immediate future, we have the Devil. And so this is about any number of things, but this could be overcoming addictions. Uh, it could also be the devil, you say, oh, the devil card, but it also means mirth. So having humor is a good way to dispel the darkness here. This is about choices between the light and the dark. And whatever separates you from your light, is what you need to move away from, what you need to battle. You need to battle that which keeps you depressed or less than, or feelings of less than. How it's seen from the outside. Ooh, new ideas. Very exciting, new opportunities. Your domestic situation. We have the King of Swords. There's a serious guy, a serious person in your life, doesn't take crap from anybody. A truth a truth sayer. This could be you, or this could be somebody in your domestic situation, but they're very protective of you. It's like your palace guard, so to speak. Hopes and fears, that you've done enough financially to help support yourself, that you've planted the right crop to help sustain you. An outcome, moving away from things that no longer emotionally fulfill you. This is success. This is moving away from your previous successes, because that which brought you success in the past is not as fulfilling as it is right now. And then we have the Chariot. So even though you're walking away from something, and this could be relationships, because Cups always deals with relating to each other, things are going to change very quickly. So even if you move away, it's not like I'm moving away from this and there's a doldrum. It's like I move away from this, and then the Chariot comes in and says, all right, let's go for a ride. And the ride is the ride of your life, right? The ride of your soul. All right. Underneath it all, we have the Seven of Cups, which can be illusion, delusion, difficulty with choices. Choices are difficult to make. Justice, um, a choice, perhaps. or seeing both sides of things. And then we get the Page of Swords. This Page of Swords has come out a lot this in these readings so far. I think this is the third or fourth time I've seen the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords to me is a little bit of a troublemaker energy, but it's not necessarily, it means to be trouble, but it keeps its ears open. And so this is can be a spy in the camp. This can be a whistleblower. There's something here that you're not seeing clearly. And I think you're going to have an opportunity when somebody comes forward who's willing to say or do something that perhaps somebody older might not be willing to do or say. So, but generally, not good cards. I mean, the only card really here that brings me some some challenges, of course, the devil. But the devil is a choice. You don't have to choose the devil. You don't have to choose the addiction. You don't have to be chained to anything. You can move to the light. And that's what the devil reminds us, that it's a choice. It's a choice. All right. All right. Let's pull a oracle card. This month I'm pulling the Spirit Animal Oracle. This will be interesting to see what Leo gets. All right. Let me see. Spirit Animal Oracle. What spirit animal? Oh, oh, there it is. This is the one that popped up. Scarab beetle spirit. Magic works through you. Of course, scarabs, I believe, are symbolic of rebirth. Rebirth, which I mean, the cards did indicate that as well. Okay, scarab beetle. I've never gotten scarab beetle, so I don't know what it's going to say. All right. Magic works through you. In ancient Egypt, the scarab beetle was revered for the creative magic of scarab beetle spirit reminds us that you can bring forth something extraordinary seemingly out of thin air. Whenever you let your creativity flow through you, scarab beetle spirit reminds you that spirit has given you the gift of infinite potential. You have uh, you have an ally as you fashion something new or repurpose the old, for spirit co-creates with you, channeling energy through you so that you feel replenished and vitalized. So this is about new projects too, I think. The protective energy here is, do not doubt your unique inner magic. Are you afraid that you have no originality or creative juices? Your creative juices don't flow through you. Perhaps you have mistakenly believed that you're not the creative manifesting type, but you are. And of course, you're a Leo, so it's sort of the core of creation, really. All right, so don't doubt your creative abilities, Leo. Have yourself a wonderful month. Please take care of yourself. We're in difficult times and challenging times. Don't let it bring you down. Keep shining the light. All right, guys, take care. Much love. Namaste.